My father's an entrepreneur, and I was just drawn to it pretty early. High school and college, I did some things here and there, and then had the opportunity at a pretty young age to start AES. Started out in my parents' basement. We really had no money, no name, and worked a lot of hours, and slowly but surely started to build the business up from there. Everything we do at AES is really about believing in lifelong learners. We develop curriculum systems which saves a teacher time and then allows them to build a relationship with students.
I met Jim probably about 15 years ago at a CEO group. Jim came to a CEO meeting and announced that he was changing his whole business model, which was a successful business at the time.
We were at 10 million in sales, 40 employees, and literally overnight we went to 0 in sales. You not only have employees at the company that you're responsible for and responsible for their families, but of course my own family. And at the end of the day, there's always doubt, like, am I doing the right thing? I'm really fortunate to have not only Tracy there, but to have my 5 kids know what I'm going through and kind of understand and just be really, really supportive. We were really struggling money-wise. Our son said, I'm going to apply to West Point. He got in, and then our next son, who graduated high school, he applied to West Point, and he got into West Point. I think they both did it, not because they were, thrilled about military, or about being an officer. I think it was more to help us financially.
Within a short period of time, he had product, he had everything, he was up and running.
When I think of entrepreneurship, I think of people having courage to believe in the why and to go after it every day, build something special. Sometimes we get involved in the deep tactical details of our business, our product or service, but at the end of the day, it's believing in the why, not the what.
I'm his oldest son, so we know each other a lot from outside of work. It's been a really rewarding experience being able to work with him every day, and I could not ask for a role model, better mentor, and a better father. I wouldn't be where I am if it was not for him. He's my hero.
I would encourage anyone that had an interest or passion to start a small business. It's the greatest gift that they can have, and it's a gift that they can give back to the community and their family and their employees. I'd like to thank the sponsor for this award, UPMC Pinnacle, and friends and family for their support, and I'd especially like to thank my amazing 5 kids and my wife Tracy for all her faith and trust in me.
This is what I was born to do. I wake up every morning excited about doing business in Lancaster County. I wake up every morning about the people that I have the privilege of working with. Well, we're organizational health. We like to say that culture eats strategy for lunch. And so we help organizations establish a culture that supports their mission, and we help them through transition.
We've been friends for a long time. I practiced law before I joined North Group, and so I knew him professionally for many years, but I've been a partner for 6 years. Roger's why is very clear, and that's actually part, I think, what has driven for sure the success of North Group. His purpose is to make other people feel important and valued because he's passionate about what he's doing and about seeing people's lives transformed, seeing leaders be transformed, and see organizations be transformed.
I can't say enough about Roger and what he's meant for the journey for us at Sight and Sound Theaters. 2007, Roger came on. From 2007 to 2014, the things that they led us through and the maturation that took place under his leadership and his shepherding is just, it was life-changing for all of us, and we wouldn't be where we are at today if it wasn't for Roger and for his amazing team, that's for sure.
For me, an important legacy is that the mission of North Group would continue beyond me. Whether my name is on it, not particularly important. that the mission continues, that the values are reinforced, that people have an opportunity, and I actually think that what we do for a living is really, really important to the community and really, really important to the marketplace.
It's my privilege to be his partner, his friend, his colleague. Yeah, I admire Roger on every level.
When I think of Roger North today, he's a wealth of wisdom and counsel and direction, as far as being a leader and an influencer in the marketplace also. But without a doubt, when I think of Roger North, I think of a friend.
Thanks to Lap Electric for supporting this award. Greg and Tim, we go back a long way, and I know that Manny is smiling down on you. When I think of thank yous, I have to start with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who gives meaning and purpose to my life. And then there's 4 people without whom I would not be in business. First is my lovely wife, Carolyn, of 39 years. Second is my co-founding partner, Laura Schultz, and my 2 great friends that were there with me from the very beginning, Dave Thompson and Bill Poole. And since then, I've been privileged to have terrific partners and friends. Dennis Clemmer, Darrell Izey, Jerry Murray, Craig Sloniger, and Brian Black. I love each of you guys with all my heart.
So when I joined the company here, I was the only woman on an executive team of 10 people. And I remember the first executive committee meeting that I went to. I sat off in a corner of the table, and the president at the time said, "The action's in the middle of the table." Since then, for 10.5 years, I've sat at the middle of the executive table for every executive meeting, and that's where my voice has been heard, and that was a great lesson learned for me.
She's a professional, and she's a wife and a mother and a community leader, and for young women, she's a perfect example and a perfect role model to hold themselves up to.
I've worked at Turkey Hill for 4 years, and that's where we met. She hired me. I went from coming in here not expecting that I would be working for somebody who would help me grow and develop and turn something small into a career.
I think Genise really has this personal commitment and professional commitment to making people the best that they can be.
I try to take the best of what I've learned from other people, and I try to instill that into women in the workplace here.
Personally, it's so hard to nail down the impact Genise has had on my work life, my home life. I think most of all, setting an example for me, knowing that it is possible to be very driven in your career and still care for every individual who you come in contact with.
There's been a lot of leaders and mentors that have given me challenges and opportunities to learn and grow and develop. And so in one sense, I feel a bit of an obligation to give back and to do that for other people and allow them to experience the same type of things. And in another way, it's just absolutely rewarding to be able to watch people grow through those experiences. And personally, I hope that I've been a good example to my daughters and that they'll see that they can accomplish great things through some hard work too. Thank you to Constellation for sponsoring the Athena Award. I am truly honored to be the recipient this year. And thank you to the Lancaster Chamber for making this possible. Thanks to my past mentors for helping me to grow and develop into the leader that I am today. And thanks very much to my family for supporting me through my entire career. Love you.
I started a business from scratch in the corner of a bedroom when I was 41 years old with one wife, 4 children, and a mortgage. But I had a dream of what that business could become, and that's really what sustained me.
When you meet Chip, you can't help but smile. He's so positive. He radiates positivity. Over the course of his career, Chip has built this thing that is now a model in our community in terms of employee-owned business. And now he's taking, this time in his life to basically help others be able to access that kind of success, especially the least among us in our community. That's what CHIP's really been about. It's not just been about Cargas, it's been about community.
We have businesses that are having a hard time filling jobs, family-sustaining jobs. And at the same time, we have people in poverty here in Lancaster. And there are a number of us that are trying to help connect the dots, and it's all of us working together that makes the difference. I guess my life mission could really be said in the same way as our purpose at Cargas, shared success. You know, having people work together for a good cause and try to do some good things that benefit everybody. It's really that simple, shared success.
That has translated into our kind of core values and our culture here at Cargas. When we do well, that we're sharing success with everybody else that helped us get to where we are to help us achieve success. With CHIP, it's never about me, my, or mine. It's always about we, us, and our. CHIP has never described Cargas Systems as his company. He's always describing Cargas Systems as our company.
I believe that CHIP's lasting contribution to the community will be showing what business for good looks like in Lancaster.
He has really provided this great foundation of principles to abide by as we carry out our work.
I'd like to thank Jani for sponsoring this award. I'd like to thank the Lancaster Chamber for everything you do. I'd like to thank my wife, Rebecca. Rebecca, we've been together for over 50 years and still counting. Thank you for all your support. And thank you to our entire team at Cargas. I really view this award as an award for all of us and what we've done together to create the kind of company we created and to be a model for how a business can be a force for good in our community.